Hey everyone, what is up? This is Gluttonous Fan EST.2001, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on this newer movie that just came out. That came out last month, and that is on the 2020 Dream movie, which is the fifth and final installment, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is the fifth and final installment of the Indiana Jones series and the sequel to the 2008 movie Indiana Jones: The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull with Harrison Ford. And this one also has Matt Mikkelsen, Penelope Waller-Bridge, Antonio Banderas, Boyd Holbrook, Shawnee Ridley-Wilson, and also George Lucas, who was also in this movie too. And there was a couple pretty good actors, to name but a few as well. And this movie was directed by James Mangold, who also directed the 2017 movie Logan, and another movie, Barbie Ferrari, The Wolverine, Dream Yuma, and Gar Interrupted, which I will check out Gar Interrupted at some point, along with the other James Mangold movies. So let's get on to the plot of this movie. So, the plot of Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, the story of that one is where daredevil archaeologist Indiana Jones races against time to retrieve a legendary doll that can change the course of history, accompanied by his goddaughter. He soon finds himself squaring off against Jorgen Voller, a former Nazi who works for the space company NASA. So Indiana Jones have to do whatever he can to save all the things that are happening, and save everything, and does everything to make it a better place. So that's the basic plot of Indiana Jones 5, and I'm not gonna spoil the entire thing of this one, because if I go too far, then I'll end up spoiling the movie, because you have to see it yourself, and you have to stay through the entire movie though. So yeah. So what do I think of this movie? How this movie turned out? When I first heard about this movie almost 2 years ago, I was really looking forward to seeing this one. But then last year, I finally got to watch all three of the Indiana Jones movies. And then, as for the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I tried to watch it, but I couldn't finish up the entire thing. But at least this year, I finally got to sit down and watch the entire thing of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Actually thought that movie was pretty good, but kind of the weakest in the series because everybody hated that one. But as for Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny, I actually saw that movie in the theaters yesterday, and what it is, Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny, I can honestly say it was actually a good sequel. With Harrison Ford, Antonio Banderas, they did great in this movie, and James Mangold, who also directed the movie Logan, Gar Interrupted, and Barbie Ferrari, he did a good job directing this one. And if I was to go from Barbie Ferrari to Logan, I would have to go with Logan, because Logan was one of the best movies that James Mangold ever directed, along with Barbie Ferrari. Which I enjoyed Logan and Barbie Ferrari a lot more than The Dial of Destiny. And I also enjoyed this a lot more than The Last Crusade, even though The Last Crusade was still good. Not a lot of people liked this one, actually enjoyed it. And as you can see right here, here's my ticket. I'm going to have to cover up the sign, the hometown, because it's personal information. Yup. Sold at the 4:15 showing. And I'm glad that I'm finally getting back to reminding people about the showings of what movies I'm gonna see. Because after this next one, I'm actually going to be seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which does look awesome. It looks so good. And I think that in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, it's gotta have some action and some mind-blowing sequences too. Because I heard that Paramount and Nickelodeon movies were starting to get better and better with this cool looking 3D animation, like how we see in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which those were fantastic movies. I still have not seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse. I will check them out eventually, since I'm finally getting around to watching all the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies. And also, the previews that I got in front of Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, are one of the sequels and some of the originals. I got a preview for The Equalizer 3, The Expendables 4, Mac 2 The Trench. I bet that sequel is going to be a lot better than the 2018 film itself, even though the Mac was still good, surprisingly. And they got a preview for The Last Voyage of the Demeter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which does look awesome, like I said. And we got a 2023 sequel to the 2019 movie Captain Marvel, which I also have on Blu-ray, The Marvels. And along with A Hunting in Venice, which looks good and scary, but yeah, looks good. But I'm gonna have to wait for that to come to streaming though, because I don't do horror movies in theaters. And last but not least, the one that came out today, Disney's Haunted Mansion. I hope the Haunted Mansion from this year is an improvement over that piece of junk 2003 version with Eddie Murphy, which we all know how bad that movie was. I haven't seen any of the Haunted Mansion movies. I just may or may not check them out. But maybe someday in the future. But as for Expendables 4 and Mac 2 The Trench, those are the two I'm looking forward to the most. But as for the Equalizer 3, I've only seen the first Equalizer. I still need to check out the first two itself. And The Last Voyage of the Demeter looks good, but definitely going to have to check that out on Amazon Prime. As for the Marvels itself, I might be interested in seeing that, because it does look good. So overall, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny gets 4 out of 5 stars, and it also deserves an A plus 90%, an A plus, an A minus 90%. I would say the Dial of Destiny was the best, but honestly, Raiders of the Lost Ark was the best in the series. Enough said. And also, not every newer movie is the best, but there are some pretty solid entries in the filmography of this year, 2023. I mean, every year's got solid entries. But yeah. So overall, this is actually my third favorite movie of 2023, right behind Air and Nimona. I enjoyed these two a lot more than the Dial of Destiny. And I'm so glad that 2023 movies were off to a better start, unlike last year, which started off with Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, which I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about this sequel ever again. But this and the other Indiana Jones sequels are way better than Transylvania Transformania. Helltown Transylvania Transformania. So, and especially that 2021 movie, Spider-Man No Way Home, which I love that movie a lot. Anyways, that is it for my movie review on Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not yet. Thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Glennis Benny as T-Don 2001 saying, rock and roll, see you later.